here at Oak House Journals. I've got some bits and bobs on my desk for my collage assignment today. So I'm going to have a go at doing assignment number 9 in the 2023 Collage Weekly Planner Challenge, which is being hosted by Margarete Miller, and information on that is in the description box below the video. So I've got my little list of prompts here for this assignment, and the first one is something that hangs on the wall. Well, initially I didn't want to go with the obvious choice, which is a picture, because there's a shed load of things that hang on the wall. You've got curtains, you've got plates, you've got tapestries, you've got baskets. So my head was diving around and dipping around between all of those options, but I came back to a picture because what I initially settled on for something hanging on the wall was a coat, because you get coats and outdoor clothing hanging on a wall. Then I looked at the next prompt, and the next prompt was a clothing accessory. And what I earmarked for that one was a hat. So I didn't want a coat and a hat together in the same collage. So I reverted back, if this all makes any sense at all. So I reverted back to the original idea of a picture. I've got these two, not sure which I will use. As it stands at the moment, I'm leaning towards this one, and I've got a couple of hat images here, and I also have this brochure here, and as you can see there's a hat on there, so I can resort to using that one if I need another hat image. A road sign. Well, my head is still in Australia with memories of my recent holiday. So I've picked this one, which is an Australian road sign which warns about camels, wombats and kangaroos for the next 96 kilometres. I just thought that was fun, especially for us here in the UK. We would never see a road sign like that in a million years. So I thought this would be quite fun to use. So I'm going to use that one on the pile there. The next one, a pattern with stripes. Well, I've got this little piece of a pocket, and it's got stripes on, lovely stripe patterns, and this is from some stickers, and you will have seen me use this previously in earlier collages. So I thought I would use this. I don't know whether I will use it as a pocket on my piece. That's an idea. I particularly like it because there's a bit of a lip here, a reinforced lip, which might be nice to use. I could use the other side if I wanted to, but this striped paper is what made me think that this picture might be better, because it's got a ridged frame, and in this picture it looks like stripes. You'll see when I do some pictures at the end, everybody, what I mean about that if I use that picture. And whether I open it out or use it as a pocket, I don't know. But what I am thinking, apart from that nice reinforced top there, is that there's shades of green down here. And the next prompt is a sticker from a fruit or a vegetable. And I have this one, which is from an avocado. And if I use that next to that, or maybe up here, it pulls in the greens, even though they're not exactly the same colour tones. I think it will work. And the final one is a list. And again, if you've seen a previous video of mine recently, you will have seen this. And on the back of this card is a list of the excursions that we could do on our holiday when we arrived at Broken Hill, and another one when we arrived at Adelaide. So that is a list, and I could use that. And actually, just as I'm here, I'm thinking, well, that might be nice just actually tucked in the pocket and used that way. I don't know, we'll see. So I have here my piece of lightweight cardstock that I'm going to be working on, and let's pop that down there. And the first thing I need to do is fussy cut my road sign, my hats, and trim these pictures down. Perhaps trim out this hat or fussy cut this hat, and then I'll be back and we'll make a start on taking this forward. Okay, so I'll see you in a second. I've cut out my bits and pieces, so that's my road sign. I've cut out the 2 sizes of hats. I've also cut out the one from the magazine, and I thought that I would have a look and see what it looks like on top of my hare like that, and it does look quite quirky, but I'm thinking that this image might be a little bit too small for my collage, so I've printed out another one that is a little bit bigger. So this hat is not going to fit as well. It will work. Actually, it works okay. I didn't think that was going to work, so I might use that hat. I don't know. So I've popped it up to one side. I'm changing my mind. I think I am leaning towards using this bunny rather than the tree now. And then I was having another look at the prompts actually, and the one about patterned paper, it is a pattern with stripes rather than stripes. Now, I'm thinking that it means this, i.e. a pattern with some stripes on it as well as other decoration rather than just stripes on a piece of paper. So to make sure I hit the prompt, I'm going to work with both of these, and I've lifted out these two. These are the only two that I could find quickly with stripes in the pattern. So as you can see, this is very much a Japanese oriental theme of goldfish and waves, but there are stripes in the pattern on this one, and same again with this one. There are stripes or lines in the pattern. So I've got two pieces here that I can use, which means that they sit better with the rabbit or the hare image. So anyway, enough chatting. Let's get on and see if I can do something with this. So I'm going to pop those to one side. I'm going to leave that as it is, and I'm going to leave my pocket as it is. So let's start off by popping it down on my page, something like that. I am wondering about just popping it inside like this, like that, and just have a few of the details sticking up, something like that there. Then I was thinking maybe I could use something like that, but I think I'm better with that orientation, portrait rather than landscape, so that's why I'm going to ditch that one. As you can see, I want to cover up that coach one on there, and I think that's going to be too small given that all my other pieces, the hat and the road sign and the sticker from the fruit, are all relatively small, so I think I need something bigger than this one. So I'm going to pop that onto one side, and I'm going to pull in this one. So let's have a look at that. I'd like to have a little bit of the yellow showing down here because it's yellowy orange, and the reason I want that is to get my staggered edge, but also so that I've got a bit of a balance with this, which is, I would say, more orange than yellow, but it's the same sort of colour tones. So I'm thinking maybe something like that. And let's have a look. I was thinking originally about just hanging the hat off the corner of the picture frame. That one's too small. That one will work, but I'm not liking that up there. Don't want to cut this down, so what about if I put that up there? Yeah. Okay, I'm liking that just up there like that. Covers over the hole, and I can still get Broken Hill. I can move it across like that. I think I like it further over this way actually. Yeah, I'm liking this. So let's try the papers behind, and I want to pick up these stripes. So let me see if I can slide this in behind and just maybe have it acting as a little bit more of a frame for this image. I could do that. What's bothering me here is these lines aren't evenly spaced, so it's actually feeling like it's wonky, even though looking down the side here it's that straight. I can check that in a minute. Not really liking how that's looking, to be honest, so let's change this one out. Already I'm liking it much better. Several reasons that I'm liking this one better. Firstly, the gold is sitting nice with this range of colours down here, the yellows, and also feels less fussy to me, and it's making my hare's face look nice and warm. Can stagger that edge. Yeah, I'm liking that actually, everybody. Might pull that down a little bit more. Actually, I'm liking that. Shame that hat's not just a bit bigger to come across. Let's have a look at this. Now, I was thinking about perhaps having that on my picture somewhere like that. So I could do that and have it touching the picture and slightly going off there. And that feels like it's balancing it out a little bit. My eye is going directly down to that because of the colour of it, but I don't think there's anything that I can do about that. Okay, I'm just going to put a bone folder on my picture here just to hold it and get my sticker. Now this is the thing that I think might not quite work. If I can get it off my bag now. Ooh, come on. I think this is going to be difficult to get a proper image of this, or a proper idea of what this is going to look like. I'm wondering whether to tuck it underneath. Just gently going to touch it down to my piece and see. I don't like it on the top, so I'm wondering if I can just mask it a little bit like that. No, that's not really working for me because we've got pieces dotted all over it. I've got piece there and piece there, and it doesn't feel like it's pulling it all in together. Maybe put this sticker so that it's partially under here. So let me have a go with that. I'm going to put a paper clip to hold that in place. I've just popped a few paper clips in place, holding my hat where I wanted it, and this piece of paper, I'm definitely going to go with this and not this one, so I'm going to pop that one to one side. I've actually put it over the top of the list and over the top of this little pocket here, and I've got it slightly sticking out at the side to stagger it. And if I move this picture up, which is what I have done, I can actually cover up that hole underneath there, which is at the top of the list, and just have the tails over the top of the paper and onto the picture, and I'm liking that better. For the sticker, what I've done with that, sorry, my pocket keeps moving. For my sticker, what I've done is, if I move this out of the way, I have lined up the green line here on the sticker with the line on the actual packaging or pocket behind it, and then if I drop my picture down, it just leaves an edge peeping through of the green, which I think is quite nice, and I don't have to have the word avocado emblazoned across it. So I'm going with that, and I will just give that a good burnish down and hope that it sticks. I don't want to lift it up and glue it again. So I'm almost there with my layout. It is leaving me with a bit of a gap up there, but I think I'm all right with it. And I thought originally that I would just have this across the bottom of my picture. Now I'm thinking of dropping it a little bit more and just having it half on and half off the sticker. That means it's on the picture and it will just stick off the edge there quite nicely. And if I can put my bone folder on, you might be able to get an idea of what I'm talking about. So something like that gives me a very straight edge at the bottom. I'm not too worried about that. And it gives me lots of nice staggered edges. As I say, it does give me a blank area up there, and there's nothing I can do about that. If I could potentially move that hat over, but then I'm left with that age-old dilemma that I've got that hole there. could put a piece of thread through it, I suppose. Let me have a think. It's a shame this piece isn't just bigger. I'm wondering, as I've got this on my desk, whether I could make use of that and have that there, because hats are fashion accessories, so there's nothing to stop me having a couple, and I could even maybe stagger them like that, and I think that's probably what I'm going to do, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to make life easy and I'm going to go for that. Not quite sure where I'm going to put that one, whether I move it right across so it is completely showing, or whether I just kind of maybe touch it to this one and not bother about that. We'll see when I get to gluing that. So the next thing I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to glue this all in place, and I'll come back when I need to make that that final decision. So I'll be back in a moment. So everything's nicely glued in place, and I'm pleased with how it's all looking. So I've just got this little one to glue, and I originally thought that I would glue it something like that, I think I said, or maybe a bit further over. But what I'm actually thinking about doing is dropping that one down so that it's much lower. And I think I'm going to go with something like that and just have that line peeping above this main part of the sign, so that it's partially over this, still sticking out over that, and it's still touching my picture. So that's what I'm going to do with that little one, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue behind here. I managed to get a kink in it, so I'm just going to try and smooth it out a little bit. Didn't do that very well. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I probably would have moved it over this kangaroo over a little bit, because I'm getting that corner there, which is a little bit annoying, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so now the hat. Now this one, I definitely need to cover that hole up there, and I found that if I can tilt it at an angle, I can get it to touch this pattern paper and also the picture. So I'm going to go with that. So let's hope I can do a better job lining this one up. Okay, let's see how we get on with this one. You can see enough of the word hill there. So let's just ease that one into place. And I'm going to definitely use this little one. So I still have enough flexibility to tuck it underneath if I want to and stagger it down there, but I think I'm just going to have it like that, actually. So I'm going to push that one down, glue this one in place, and all I'm doing is taking off that corner from the list. So I'm just going to stagger it down a little bit more like that. It's probably a bit poetic license using two of them, but I'm okay with that. Okay, everybody, so I'm calling it a day with this one, and I'm just looking at that, and it looks a little bit as if it's not. Yeah, it is. I was thinking that looks at an angle, but actually when I measure it against the border that I've got here, it isn't. It's just probably a bit of an illusion there. So this is my finished piece, everybody, for assignment number 9. Something that hangs on a wall. Well, I went with the obvious choice, my picture here of a rabbit, or it's a hare, I think, with ears like that. Clothing accessory, my 2 hats, a road sign, got my Australian road sign here, a pattern with stripes, well, this piece of paper, and also this one as well, a sticker from a fruit and a vegetable, sorry, a sticker from a fruit or vegetable, so that's this little one tucked down here, and bonus, a list. So there we go, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing this one come together, and I look forward to seeing you for assignment number 10 next week. So until then, have a great week, and as always, I'll leave a few pictures at the end for you to have a look at. Take care. Bye-bye.